Hello everyone, my name is Juan Moresco, and in this video I'm going to walk you through the currency conversion application I developed. Throughout this presentation, I will be showing not just the application working, but also the internal source behind it, how the code is organized, how the logic flows from the user interface all the way down to the API, and how the different layers communicate with each other. My goal with this video is to provide a complete and detailed tour of the application, explaining each part of the project in a clear and structured way. I will start by giving an overview of what the application does. Then I will guide you through the architecture, the domain logic, the data handling, the user interface component, and finally I will perform a live demonstration so you can have the full system operation in real time. This application is designed to allow users to compare monetary values between more than 100 international currencies using live exchange rate data. The fundamental purpose is to provide a fast, accurate, and reliable tool for checking currency values, which is something people often need in everyday situations, whether they're traveling, shopping online, sending money abroad, or simply comparing values. This application includes several integrated components that work together. A pair of currency selectors that allow the user to switch between any supported currency, a real-time conversion engine that updates as soon as the user types, a custom-built numeric keypad that provides a smooth and consistent input experience, a visual clean interface made with Jetpack Compose, a conversion history that tracks recently performed calculation. Everything has been structured in a way that keeps the user experience simple, but the internal logic is robust and follows modern mobile development patterns. The goal is to make the user feel like they are using a bullish financial tool rather than a basic demo. Let's start with the file exchange screen.kotlin, which defines the main screen of the application. Inside this file, the exchange screen composable controls everything the user sees. The layout begins with a column that structures the whole UI vertically. At the top, we have the currency section area. It shows the current active from and to currencies, and each one opens a drop-down menu over 100 currency options. Right under this section, the app displays both the user's input amount and the converted value. All the text is styled with monospace font to give it a financial calculator look. As we scroll, we reach the history section here. Um, this section shows a list of the recent conversions. These parts update immediately whenever a new conversion happens. And at the bottom of the screen here, we have the custom numeric keypad. It has digits, a decimal bottom, a clear bottom, a backspace. Also, inside this file, um, the drop-down menu uses a drop-down menu composable that lists all the currencies alphabetically. When the user selects one, we dispatch an action like select from or select to, and the view models update the state. Also, below this, we have the history section composable that gives the user a clean and organized log of the recent activity. Now let's move to Exchange View Model.kotlin, which is the brain of this application. The view model contains a single exchange state object which stores everything the UI needs. The selected from currency, the selected to currency, the amount the user typed, the conversion result, the full list of currencies, and the conversion history. Inside the view model, the onAction function processes all the user interactions. Here is the function. Where is it? Here. For example, input value that has the digits to the amount. The LED removes the last character. Clear resets everything. Select from index, and the select to index updates the active currency. Every time one of these actions is triggered, the view model updates the state and calls the convert function that is here. This function runs in the curtain, so the UI never freezes. After performing the conversion, it also calls the add to history, which inserts a new conversion history item at the top of the list. Moving on, there's also a small model class called conversion history item.kotlin. That is this one. It defines the structure of each history entry. The from currency, the to currency, the amount, the result, and the time span. This model is simple, reusable, and ideal for rendering in a lazy column. Now, let's talk about how the application gets the live exchange rates. This happens in the data layer inside the file exchange repository imp.kotlin. Here we define the base URL of the exchange rate service and the function converter, which takes three parameters: the currency, the to currency, and the amount. The function builds an URL and sends it using keyTors http client.get method. This JSON response is automatically converted into a Kotlin object using data class called exchange.dto. From that object, we extract the field conversion result, which is the final converted value. The view model receives this value and updates the state with it. Now, in the domain layer, the currency data class represents a standard currency with a name and a code. The exchange repository interface defines what the application expects from any repository, a converter function, and a get all currencies function. By using an interface, the UI and view model never depends on a specific implementation. This makes the application easier to test and easier to extend later. Next, we have theme.kotlin. Uh, this application uses materials-free theming to create a model look. Inside the theme.kotlin file, we define color, schemes, the light and dark models, giving the UI polish and fine touch style appearance. To conclude this video, I will show you how the application will look like with a real demonstration. So here's the interface. Here you have the from conversion to the to conversion, the history of the conversion that you do, and the keypad. For example, if we add a zero, you will see that the conversion rate is that 100 Euro, USD is 85.86. And automatically, when we type the number we want, it will go directly to the recent conversions with the amount you do and the date. Also, you can go click here and the menu of the currency will display. So if we choose, for example, Australian dollar, it will switch automatically the conversion. We can add, I don't know, another number.